Go ahead.
They scored 72 in the second half after 40-something in the first half. Did they change something? What happened to your defense in 72 second half?
Well, the boards were a big problem in the second half. Fouls were a problem in the second half. And, you allow a team to score with the clock stopped and don't do a good job with possession. And we had turnovers as well. So those are three pretty big factors. That said, we did a lot of good things throughout the game, but this is one we're going to have to learn from.
What was your vantage point on the big screen by Miles? Did you think it was clean?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the officiating. We're not expecting to get calls in here. It'd be nice if they laid off that one, but they didn't. So, that's just the way it goes. I mean, we challenged it, they reviewed it, they got a bunch of people in New Jersey that agreed with them, so that's just the way it goes. So, we got to learn from that too. That's a timing play. Both guys are involved, so we'll have to execute that better next time.
You mentioned the boards. Obviously, I think you only gave up 2 offensive rebounds in the first half. It seemed like they clearly executed that part well. What sort of flipped in the second, basically allowed them to get some seconds?
Well, this is New York's pattern. As the game goes on, they get stronger with rebounding and they crash harder and harder. And so, we talked about it coming in. It's something that is a major factor. And so, we had opportunities to come up with balls we didn't come up with. And in a game that's a one-possession game, it's it makes the difference.
Did you get an explanation on the kick ball that they called in the last game?
I didn't. I just watched the last 4 minutes. The angle that my feed had on it was a little bit distorted or covered, so I couldn't really see for sure. Aaron told me he hit it in his hand, but I don't know if it did or not. His leg moved a little bit, so they assumed it was a kick, but I don't know. I don't know that it was.
I didn't even know that was not reviewable. Did you know that that's not reviewable?
Yeah, we know it's not reviewable. There are only about four or five things that are reviewable.
Rick, did you see that as kind of a series of unfortunate events happening in the last minute there? Did you see that as an exposure issue for you guys? Like, how did you view those?
Well, there's so many events in an NBA game. I mean, there's always a sharp focus on the last minute, but there were things that happened with 5 or 6 minutes left that really hurt us. We had one play where one of our guys, took a wild run to try to gamble and steal the ball, and it turned into a 4-point play for them. And I think we had a 5-point lead at the time. And so, it's not just the last minute or two. All right, it's the whole game, the whole fourth quarter. And so this is great experience for our guys. It comes at a cost. It's no fun, but we're going to have to learn some things for game 2.
Coach, how did you feel about the pace that you guys got to after the first quarter? It was sort of it was their tempo. You guys, I think it was 31 on 23 possessions in the second. It seemed like you guys kind of got it going the way that you wanted.
The pace is going to vary from game to game. New York is a team. They play fast at times too. So all that stuff will come out in the wash, I think. This was a relatively high-scoring game for a playoff game. The environment was unreal, and it was what you'd expect. And a lot of plays were made, and I'm proud of a lot of the plays that our guys made. They got down 4 with 2.5 minutes to go, and just completely kept their poise and scored 2 baskets. Then we had the ball, So you can't overlook the good things that we did, but the things that were mistakes are things we'll need to learn from.
You mentioned them being able to just keep coming at you and coming on. Obviously, I think Brunson had 21 in the fourth. Just how did you see him hit another level?
Well, he's at the foul line a lot too, so we got to look at that. And look, he's really a great scorer. I mean, there's no question about that. But situations where we're using our hands and we're reaching and fouling, we got to look at that and see, what's avoidable. There was one time when we really were in his shift helping, and then he kicks it to DiVincenzo for a 3. So, they have problems you got to deal with, and so we'll have to look at all that stuff.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.